99% of the companies, when it comes to crankbait rods, make them for bait casters. So the back is different here. Not going to go in there. And if you look at a bait caster there, you know, it's faster. This right here, I could see a gear ratio of 6:3:1. Most of your regular reels or jig reels at about 5:1. This spinning rod claims to be the fastest spinning rod at 7:1, 7:1 gear ratios. And you think about it in the spinning, you know, you've got to go around a cycle, whereas this just goes around a cycle here. It's going to affect you in current and in bringing the crankbait along. That's why generally they make them for these bait casters. Not just casting accuracy, but speed and control over your crank. This rod specifically is made by Cast King. It's a 7.3 crankbait rod, and it's paired with the Speed Demon reel, which are both made for crankbaiting. When you throw a crankbait, you want a good bend in your pole and your tip. So if you are going to throw it with a jigging pole, find a pole with a nice bend to it. And you don't set the hook like when you catch something on a jig. It's just a twitch, you know, because these are real sharp and sticky, these treble hooks. So you're just wanting them to stick there. This is one I found in the river, so I'm going to repair it and use it. This is one I broke against the wall, but I'm going to put some plastic on there and repair that. This is one you might want a stiff pole because it's a bigger one. It's a musky lure, so you want a musky pole and not really just this. This is one here, crank, that you might want a lighter setup. And this is a pretty good light setup for that, because this one's like 6:1 on these Lew's American Heroes. They all are. So they are good reels. And then here's one that would go deeper with a deep bill. It's a little bigger. It's going to go probably, I don't know, 12, 15 feet. Whereas this little one it's more for rivers, and it's going to go, you know, 4 feet. Here's one I like. It's an import one. They're cheap, so it's good to have some cheap ones that work, that you caught fish with, and throw them in there so you don't get your expensive ones snagged. And that's why a lot of people wade fish when they do this. You can walk up to it, get it out, because this one's about $8, you know. You don't want to just throw this from shore. You're throwing it from shore to the river's just going to take it down. It's going to look good coming back, but it'll probably get snagged. I don't know. You want to have a good spot to throw it if you're throwing it from shore with these crankbaits. This one's one of my favorite ones. And it's a good summertime crank. Usually says what their action is. It's a floater, goes 5.5 feet. How much it weighs, it's silent, doesn't have a rattle. And there's baits that look just like this with different action, you know, different weight. So you gotta check that. But see, like this one's like the same, but just smaller. It's a pit bull. That's a square bull. And then this one here, this one's for like winter time. See, it's skinnier. It's almost flat, like a lipless, where everything else has a more roundness to it. This has a more flatness to it. It's KVD 1.5, goes 8 feet. So let's dive in a little deeper too. These square bills typically, yeah, go less than 6 feet. And this is a nice setup for a crank. I like Berkeley Vanish line. You want to go with fluorocarbon so you can't see it. And that's how you crankbait, with the spinning rod. Gotta have the right setup. So if you're gonna do it, you know, grab some cheap ones. Grab some fluorocarbon. I recommend Berkeley Vanish. You can go heavier, you know, if you're going straight for bass, smallies, 8-pound. But go heavier too, you know. Nothing wrong with 10-pound. And I'm about to re-put 14-pound on this. And yeah, just tie it on there, get a cheap one. And if you don't, you know, crankbait rods get expensive. This one's a good option too. It's about $100 or $125. But that's like my best rod, you know. And they come specifically for your technique. This is a crankbait rod, and they have like techniques for whatever technique you have. They have a rod, even though you can use that rod for all sorts of technique. But if you're gonna try it, just get a cheap lure, and just get a rod with a lot of bend. Whatever rod you have that has a lot of bend on the tip, but still has some backbone, you know. Go out there and get them, guys.